Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals. Alrighty, so today I, a cigarette smoker, am going to be trying a vodka monster for the first time, which is, of course, a mixture of vodka and Monster Energy, as one may indeed expect. As a whole, I'm looking forward to this experience a little bit more so than not. I've heard that vodka monsters are pretty nice drinks to enjoy if you want some caffeine and alcohol at the same time. And in all honesty, I could go for some caffeine and some alcohol right now. So a vodka monster sounds pretty nice to me, I ain't gonna lie. I've also heard that they just taste pretty nice and are just pretty good drinks as a whole. And I've even heard some people say that vodka monsters are better than Monster. What was I gonna say there? Than vodka Red Bulls. That's what I was going to say. I've heard some people say that vodka monsters are better than vodka Red Bulls. So I'm looking forward to finding out whether that's true or not. And I'm looking forward to letting y'all know just what my opinion is on a vodka monster as a whole, I'll admit. I'm not really the biggest fan of vodka Red Bulls, frankly put, so I am hoping that this will be a better experience, to me at least, than a vodka Red Bull. But what is the vodka I'm going to be using for the drink I'm going to be mixing up today? Well, today I'm going to be using some Haku rice vodka, which was made in Japan by Suntory to be specific. This vodka has an ABV of 40%, a proof of 80, and cost me $28 for this 750 milliliter bottle. I have, of course, tried this vodka previously, just for the first time a couple days ago, to be precise, and I found it to be surprisingly good to sip for a vodka, I'll admit. Although you really do want to take very little baby sips, but the flavor of this really did make me think that it would combine really nicely with some Monster, and so I'm hoping that it actually does, I'll acknowledge. The Monster I'm going to be using for the drink I'm going to be mixing up today is going to be a Monster Energy Zero Ultra in the white can, which is, in all honesty, actually my favorite Monster of all time. I really like the flavor. I really like the fact it has no sugar in it. I mean, like, I don't like the fake sugar either, but I preferred having no sugar so I don't crash later and everything like that kind of thing. And this can of Monster has 150 milligrams of caffeine. Since I don't really drink energy drinks anymore, and since I don't drink coffee or tea all that often, I'll acknowledge, I am thinking that I should probably not only get a buzz from the alcohol today, but quite possibly also from the caffeine. Yeah, I gotta be mixing them uppers and them downers. Certainly no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. But what is the recipe I'm gonna be using for the drink I'm gonna be making today? Well, it's a very simple recipe with a very simple ratio. I'm gonna be doing a 1-to-3 ratio of vodka to Monster. So 1 parts vodka and 3 parts Monster. That's the plan at least. And in specific, I'm gonna be using 1/4 cup of vodka with 3/4 cups of Monster. And if I need to adjust the recipe at all, I will do that, I'll acknowledge. It's my first time ever making a, vodka monster after all. So if I need to adjust the recipe, I certainly will. But without further ado, let's go and grab my glass I've got right here. And let's go ahead and grab my vodka and go ahead and get to pouring some in this glass and go ahead and get to making, well, my first ever vodka monster. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this bottle all opened up if I possibly can. Just gonna go ahead and grab, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just move this back just a little bit, just so y'all can see everything I'm doing as well. Move that back just a little bit, just like that, there we go. And let's go and just pour some vodka in. 1/4 cup of vodka. Looks like water, let me tell y'all what, looks like water. I can't drink it like water, that's for sure though. If I tried drinking that, I would probably vomit right here, right now. I can smell it, and I'm already not really the biggest fan of the smell, in all honesty. Let's go ahead and get this all opened up as well. The tab is pretty shoved down there, so I'm just gonna put that under that, and hopefully that works. That did indeed. So now let's go ahead and do 3/4 cup of Monster now. There's 1. 2. 3, just like that. And this, it looks like something else. It looks like pee-pee milk. Is it proper to call it pilk? I have no idea. I don't even know what pilk actually means, bro. I have no clue. But I'm gonna leave that mixture as is for the moment. If I need to add more vodka or more Monster, I will do so. But now that I have added everything I wanted to add in, let's go ahead and just stir this up, just like that. Let's get it all mixed up, Gotta be making sure it's evenly mixed and whatnot, so just go up and down with the fork. I have no sort of mixing spoon or any sort of bartender's license or anything like that kind of thing, so I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Just get this all mixed up, just like that. Flick it off into the dirt, get the bugs, a little bit of energy from the caffeine in those water droplets, or in those vodka Monster droplets, to be precise, because there's not really a lot of water in there. It's all Monster and vodka, you know. But I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and now take a sip of a vodka Monster for the first time and find out just how it is. Just smelling it. Definitely a little bit of vodka, definitely a little bit of Monster. I'm thinking I might want to add more Monster, I'll admit. But without further ado, let's go and take a sip of a vodka Monster for the first time, and let's find out just how it is and what it's actually like. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Tastes like Monster with a little bit of something else going on. Yeah, I was correct in thinking that the Haku vodka, which is the vodka I mixed in, is the vodka right here. I was correct in thinking that the taste of the Haku vodka was going to mix very well with the taste of the Monster, because it did. You can barely taste any. Like with a vodka Red Bull, I've had one, and I could taste so much vodka, it was gross. I mean, like, granted, the first couple sips I couldn't taste anything, so maybe as I get lower on into this, I might start tasting something, but I can't really taste any vodka right now. This ain't so bad. There's a little bit. It's not anything bad, though, by any means. No. Just a little bit of sort of a little bit of spice, or sort of like alcohol burning in the back of your throat. Just the tiniest, but it's not even significant. It's very easily ignorable. With just a little bit of sort of, like, let me just take a sip of just the, like, you know, I definitely have to say the vodka, when mixed in with the Monster, has definitely taken the carbonation down a notch, probably also taken down a notch just simply because I stirred it around and probably got rid of a lot of the carbonation. But it's definitely taken the carbonation down a notch. It's not quite as tangy due to the carbonation now, and it's much more smooth and creamy. And I think that's partly due to the fact that the carbonation in the Monster has gone away to some extent now that I've poured it into another glass and stirred it around and mixed other stuff into it. But I think it's also due to the fact that the Haku vodka itself has a little bit of sort of a smooth, round flavor to it when you're really sipping really slowly. When you're not, of course, it just tastes like medicine vodka. And you do definitely get a little bit of sort of an almost sort of medicine vodka-like flavor in there, but it's very easily ignorable. It's not a big deal by any means. But as I do get lower, I am starting to notice more vodka taste, I'll admit. I am. And there's still a little bit of carbonation in there. I'd have to say the flavor overall is predominantly Monster. It's a predominantly Monster flavor, the Monster Zero Ultra white can, after all, of course, because it's the Monster I use today. But it's a predominantly Monster flavor with very much out of a sort of a citrusy sort of kind of just flavor going on with an undertone of a sort of smooth, rounded, almost sort of medicine-like ricey sort of flavor. And I would figure that's coming from the vodka. So at the very beginning of this vodka monster, I definitely have to say that the predominant taste was most certainly the monster. But as I'm getting lower and lower, the taste is becoming slightly more vodka-y, and I'm afraid that I might take a couple more sips and actually have to add some more vodka because monster. Excuse me. Because I don't think I want to have an entire sip of just vodka. I'm okay about that. I would probably vomit. I'm chilling. But it's a good combination. And so far, I'm liking it more than a vodka Red Bull, I'll admit. And the flavors are nice. Yeah. As said, sort of the monster taste is most prominent as of this moment in time. Very much get that of that sort of like citrusy, sort of almost I'd have to say like lemon lime sort of flavor with an undertone of a little bit of sort of a ricey, sort of medicine, smooth rounded flavor overall. And so it comes across as being very much out of a sort of citrusy, lemon sweet, sort of like ricey medicine and like very rounded and smooth flavor overall. I gotta admit, the Haku vodka and the White Monster, they do combine pretty well as of this moment in time. Now, the one thing I really don't appreciate about this drink, and I would have to drink this drink in not a clear cup in the future, is because, well, it looks like something else. It looks like something else, y'all. But, you know, nothing I can do about that. I'll drink it. But, no, pretty good. I definitely like this more than vodka Red Bulls, I can say. Now, I don't want to say anything for sure until I'm actually done with it. But, based off of the first couple sips I'm taking, I like this more than vodka Red Bulls, I'll admit. But there's one question that needs to be answered, and that's how well does another drink pair with a vodka monster? Will it pair well? Will it pair badly? I don't know. But let's find out, y'all. Let's find out. I just dropped one of my drinks on the ground. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe me, y'all. Well, let's go and get my lighter out of my pocket. And let's go ahead and find out just how well this pairs with this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think something a little bit more bold flavored would be better with this. But I am honestly glad I'm not having, like, let's say, an American Spirit Black or something like that with this. Because I mean, like, while it wouldn't be a bad combination, it wouldn't be really the greatest either. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, those get me a really big buzz, and I'm already feeling a buzz from the alcohol and from the caffeine. It's been so long since I had like an actual decent amount of caffeine that I'm actually starting to feel a little bit of a buzz from this, just from the caffeine, not even like from the alcohol and caffeine at once. So honestly, having something a little bit stronger, because I'm like, this is a light. I think it honestly would not be bad at all. Gotta admit though, yeah, you know, I think this beverage pairs pretty all right with products like this. Now, I don't know about cigars or pipe tobacco. I wouldn't, if I was going to have a cigar or pipe tobacco, I'd much rather have like a rum and coke. This is very much something I would really only want to have with cigarettes, in all honesty. But it's an okay pairing. It's not like the greatest pairing in the world when it comes to tobacco, I'll admit, but it's not too bad either, and I definitely do think there are certain specific products out there that will pair better than not. And I think in specific, Virginia blend products will pair better than not. This is by no means a Virginia blend, hence part of the issue right there. Definitely a little bit of vodka coming through, though, but nothing insane. Nothing insane. I gotta admit, y'all. Monster vodka. You know, not as good as a rum and coke. That's hard to beat. Rum and cokes are legendary after all. But in my opinion, definitely better than a vodka Red Bull. Vodka Monster, quite nice. Yeah. I'm not really a Red Bull person, nor am I really a vodka person, so it's not really any big surprise I don't really like vodka Red Bulls all that much, but I do like my Monster, and while I'm not really the biggest fan of vodka, I'm glad I chose one that does pair quite nicely with the Monster I've got with me today, I ain't gonna lie. It's very smooth overall. There's a little bit of vodka in there, but it's very smooth. Very, very, very smooth if I do say so myself. Can't complain. Can't complain by any means, I'll admit. Is there anything else I wanted to say about the drink? Because I'm almost done with my drink. I'm going to wait until I'm a little bit lower on through this before I finish it off. But is there anything else I wanted to say about the drink before I start giving you guys my final thoughts? Talked about the flavor a little bit. Talked about kind of how much the vodka kind of peeks through the flavor, which is, it's there, but it's not insanely significant by any means. And like roughness-wise, it's maybe a little bit rougher than normal Monster, but not like significantly so. It's pretty smooth overall. Does it get you a nice buzz? Yes, it does. It does get you a nice buzz. I mean, like 1/4 cup vodka with a little bit of Monster. Ooh, yeah, it's getting me good. It's getting me good, especially since I haven't had caffeine to any real degree in a fat minute. Like, I've had like a rum and coke every once in a while, or like a cup of tea or something like that. But that's not a lot of caffeine compared to what I'm consuming right now. I'm like 150 milligrams. I didn't pour the whole can out by any means, but it's probably like a solid third of the can. So, a significant enough amount to definitely get me a caffeine buzz. Probably got about 50 milligrams of caffeine just in this drink alone. I gotta admit. The Heart Attack Special. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Now, vodka Red Bull is already a named thing. Vodka Monster, you could just call it a vodka monster, but what would be a better cocktail name for this? And what would be like some better things to kind of add into this drink? If I wanted to add something in the future to this drink, what would I want to add? Maybe a little bit of lime juice or lemon juice could be good. Like maybe like 2 teaspoons of lime juice, I think could be solid. I wouldn't really want to add any bitters. I don't think bitters would be good. Sweet enough as is, doesn't need any simple syrup. In fact, it's actually a bit too sweet for me, even though the Monster has no sugar in it, but they've still got the fake sugar going on. Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of lime or lemon juice could be nice with this. But that's really all I can think of when it comes to additions. Just straight up on its own with no lime juice, no lemon juice is pretty solid, in my personal opinion. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go and finish this off. I'm going to go and start giving you guys my final thoughts. Oh, I got to think of a name for this bev as well. Because it doesn't really have a real name like there's vodka Red Bull, but we got to think of a real name for vodka monsters. Definitely a little bit vodka-y towards the very end. Not too big a deal, though. But what's a good name for this? Heart attack special could be good. Blindness and heart attack special could be good because the fake sugar in the Monster supposedly causes blindness. Hey, bartender, can I get a blindness and heart attack special? That just doesn't really roll off the tongue very well. It's not like, hey, bartender, can I get a beer? Or, hey, bartender, can I get a Manhattan? Or, hey, bartender, can I get a Irish car bomb? What would happen if I asked for an Irish car bomb in Ireland? I don't know if that would be appreciated. I don't know if Irish car bombs are really a thing in Ireland. Well, they are a thing, but not in the same way I'm referring to them. Too funny. If you're from Ireland, you might have not appreciated that joke. But. I feel like heart attack special is probably already taken. So I'd have to say, let's call this mixture the seizure blind heart attack special. It does not roll off the tongue at all, but that's what I'm going to call it. So yeah, the mixture of vodka and zero sugar Monster, to be precise, is the seizure heart attack blindness special. Hey bartender, can I get the seizure blindness and heart attack special? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that would be pretty good. Overall, what are my final thoughts on this mixed drink that I had today for the first time? The vodka Monster I had. Well, I like it. Yeah, I do like it. Is it as good as something like, let's say, a rum and coke? No. It's hard to beat a rum and coke, I'll admit. But is it better than a vodka Red Bull? Most certainly. I don't like Red Bull all that much. If you like Red Bull, I think vodka Red Bulls might be more your thing. But I'm not really a Red Bull person. I am more of a Monster person. And so as such, I would definitely have to say that a vodka Monster is more my thing than a vodka Red Bull. I like the flavor. I like the buzz. I like the sort of lack of roughness, and I like the fact that some of the vodka flavor comes through a little bit as well, but not anything to any super insane degree, I'll admit. Overall, you know, pretty solid drink in my personal opinion. If I had to say whether I would do this again or not, what would I say? I'd say I would do this again. And in fact, I'm probably going to do this again in just a couple minutes because I still have a bunch of Monster left. And hey, why not mix some more vodka into it? So, yes, I 100% do think I would do this again, and I do think I am going to be doing this again in the future. Is this a healthy thing to do? No, it's not. Do not drink this drink. It's not a healthy thing. Mixing caffeine and alcohol, not healthy. Don't do it. But is this something I would personally do again? Yes, I'd have to say I would. I would have to say I would do this again, and I really ain't got no complaints on my behalf. What is the rating I am going to be giving this drink? Well, I'm thinking it deserves a solid low to mid 3 out of 4. For me, like a rum and coke is like a 4 out of 4. For me, like sipping straight rum, depending on the rum, is like a solid 4 out of 4. For me, like sipping straight vodka, it's like a 2 out of 4. It's not my personal thing. If it's Tito's, it's a 1 out of 4. I hate Tito's so much, but if it's Taco vodka, it's like a 2 out of 4. For me, vodka Monster is a bit too sweet, I'll be honest, and it's just a bit too much for me. I'd prefer something maybe a little bit more mild, a little bit less sweet, but still something that kind of overwhelms the flavor of the vodka to a very significant degree. But either way, this is still something that I would do again, I'll acknowledge. And so as such, it's getting I'd have to say probably 3.3 out of 4. It's something I would do again, but something that I'll readily acknowledge I wouldn't do like all that often unless I had all the supplies on hand for me to use right then and there. My rating scale for context goes from a 1 to 4, with 1 being, this is horrible, never drink this, a 2 being like, you know, it's okay, it's not really to my personal preference, but some people might like it, a 3 out of 4 is like, you know, this is pretty solid, but it's not like the best thing ever, and a 4 to 4 is like, oh my god, this is a masterpiece, this is the best thing ever. Yeah, I think a 3.3 out of 4 is deserving for a vodka Monster. Yeah, I think it is. Not the best thing ever, but better than not, and something I wouldn't mind doing again by any means, I'll acknowledge. Overall, did I enjoy this experience? I did. Would I do this again? I would. Would I recommend anybody else do this experience? No. Don't have this experience. I'm a trained professional. Don't do what I do. Don't try this at home. Let me just put it that way. But thank you so much for watching today's video, y'all. If you guys have tried a vodka monster before, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of them. Do you guys like them? Do you guys not? Do you guys think they're better than vodka Red Bulls? Let me know in the comments down below. And also make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I also have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my second channel all in the description down below. Go check it all out. To the next one, y'all. Stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?